I can spell your name right on my phone. That'd be...
Blowing in from the Windy City, it's time for JW Fusion with your hosts, James and Wendy B.
Welcome to this week's broadcast of JW Fusion. I am your co-host, J.H. Carpenter Barnes, and I'm here with the awesome and magnificent Wendy B, who is right so much.
You know, I just love this show. Just the beginning, I'm good with.
With your fine self.
Thank you.
You are so gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you are yet right so much.
Whew, still going, y'all.
We experienced the right so much just this weekend.
Yes, praise God.
People may wonder what right so much means. We have a rule in our house. We're making a decision. If Wendy's gut overrules, we follow that. And 98% of the time, she has been correct. So I trust the intuition, the insight, the understanding, and the wisdom.
I don't take that for granted that you feel that way.
I do.
Just real talk. I am blessed.
Well, I was a science major. You know that.
That don't matter. The fact is that
I studied theology. I've studied religious studies. I've studied chemistry, biology, architecture, and music, and I have learned you cannot argue with evidence.
Okay, then.
You can't argue with evidence. So,
but babe, we got this fine sister right here.
And not only is she
fine, she's talented,
she's brilliant, she's driven,
man.
She's powerful.
She just look at her.
I know. I did a video for her. I never even met her.
Yeah.
Da asked me to do it, got me to do it for her, and which I don't normally do videos for other people. But Ada's like our little sister,
okay.
And so we said, I said, okay, no, I'll do it.
And here she is.
Miss
Mikkita L. Moore. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the show.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me. I am blessed to be here.
Come on. And we pray that what you have to say is a blessing to those who are listening. Because you got lots. I don't know if we need to just get started because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, the story gets deep.
Yeah.
The story gets deep.
You know what, baby?
Yes.
Let's begin Operation Unpack.
Let's unpack. Who is Mikkita Moore?
Today, I am a Black queen.
Come on.
That stands in her purpose.
Yes.
It took me a long time to get here, though. Mm-hmm. It took me a very long time to accept who I am, for who I am. I stood in that mirror a long time with a mask on. For me.
Yeah.
It's
Talk
different.
about the mask. What do you mean when you say mask?
So when you get in front of other people, you oftentimes are not, or you're who they think you should be versus who you really are.
Which is a burden.
It is. It's heavy on the shoulders.
Yes, it is.
And what happens is you'll look in the mirror and you'll still be that person for everybody else and not unmasking yourself for you.
That's powerful.
So when I stood in the mirror and finally took the mask off for Mikkita, I can't tell you that I like that person.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's an adjustment.
I cannot tell you that I like her.
Yeah.
I can tell you that she was depressed. I can tell you she was hurt. I can tell you that she was blessed, but she didn't even realize it.
Wow.
Wearing that mask does that too.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
So how did you learn to love that person in the mirror?
Crazy story, I promise you. I was in a really dark place. I had moved to St. Louis. We'll get into that part later, but I had moved to St. Louis. I was feeling alone, right? So I decided I was going to write me a book, not because I wanted it to sell, but I didn't want to write a journal. Journals we put in the basement, it gets lost. You don't know where it is.
Right.
So I wanted to write all of it down and get it all out of me, and that small chapter became 10 chapters, and it talked about all the things that I have not let go, or hadn't let go at that time. And that just became a 10-chapter book, and it talks about from way back at 5 years old, where I can remember not even knowing my mom was my mom.
Oh,
right?
Wow. Okay.
And you think you're done with that because you stand 30 some odd years old, and you're like, that don't bother me,
It's
but it
there.
is.
Yeah.
It's there,
And it does.
And if you don't deal with that, and I never did, because it didn't, it didn't bother me.
That's not something we do.
Yeah.
So writing the book, that was kind of like therapy. You were your therapist.
That was
Absolutely.
definitely therapeutic.
Absolutely.
I know it was.
Absolutely. I felt when I put that last dot on that page, I felt free. I felt like, wow, that's what I've been holding all this time. And you can't get me to go back to her.
Come on.
You can't.
Wow. Isn't that what you say, babe? You always say that you can't have that.
You can't have that.
You
I've
can't
worked
have that
too
power
hard.
over me. I work too hard for that. And it's when you go through something to become who God intends you to be, and you tap into the gifting, because our gift, as I say all the time on our show, your gift comes with an obligation to humanity.
Oh my gosh.
And when people talk about standing before God in eternity, He's going to look at what you did with the gift He gave you for humanity, because nobody can write the book you wrote. Nobody can give the
tell
talk
that story
that you give about the woman in the mirror. And you having to go through a transforming her, who in turn transformed you inwardly. Nobody can tell that story but you.
And while no one can tell that story because it's yours, you telling that story is impacting people with the similar story.
Yes.
Or they haven't unpacked something that they like, ooh. Like, oh, wait, I haven't unpacked that either.
The very first time I stood on stage and told that story, it was February the 25th, 2017.
Okay.
I'll never forget it, in Memphis, in front of my father.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
So the title of my book, the first book, is The Letter from the Invisible Daughter. That kind of speaks for itself, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
The Letter from the Invisible Daughter. So the very first time I actually told the whole story was on stage in front of my dad.
Wow.
And my dad stood there in tears, not because he was embarrassed, but because he was proud. And that alone was like,
that was huge.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Going back before I even told the story, my dad read the book, right?
Yeah.
Don't know how he got his hands on it, but that's
You
fine.
know
That's
what
his
parents
baby girl. You don't find it.
He got his hands on the book, and I, again, in a bad place. I felt better, but I knew me and my father's relationship was not all that perfect, right?
Yeah.
So my phone is ringing, and I'm like sending them the voicemail, for days.
Oh.
Finally, one day I was living in St. Louis, like I said, and I was in the Checkers line, right, trying to order my food. And my father called, and I just was like, you know what? Today is the day.
In the line, really?
Yeah,
Really?
he getting it today.
He gonna get all this.
He gonna get. I was so ready and so pumped. I was like, hello. And my dad was on the other end of the phone, and he was like, Mikkita, I read your book. And I was like, I'm ready.
And
right. And he was like, first of all, I want to say that I am very proud of you.
Shut her
And when
down.
he said that,
You like, wait,
I don't
what?
even remember what he said after that. I was in tears in the line. The lady, from
Oh,
Checkers,
my
she was like,
gosh.
hello, can I take your order? I was like, I don't know anymore. I was like, I'm not
He
even
was all
hungry.
ready for this fight. He's like, I'm proud. You like, what?
But what happened? Right. I was like, I can't fight.
a humming.
Yeah, it was amazing, and I still to this day
God
don't
bless
remember
him
what
for
my
that.
dad
But
said.
God bless him for just saying that's something that most children want to hear.
I've never heard it until then.
Yeah.
I had never heard it,
Yeah.
not
See,
from
you know
my
what?
dad.
Again, you have a gift, obviously. And I believe that what God was showing you was your gift has the ability. When you have a gift that's the ability to impact those that's closest to you that know you from birth,
Yeah.
if you can affect the people of your own household,
Oh wow.
because Jesus said that a prophet is not without honor except in his own home and among his own people. So for you to have that gift and that gift impact someone that knows you that well, people who do not know you, you shouldn't ever question your destiny and your quest, and that nothing can be impossible for you.
Yeah.
It's just like you reached out to us and said, I got to be on your show.
I need to be on the show. I said, okay, well, let me send out,
because
let me send out a message.
I mean, I can't think of anyone else that has said,
we had
that I
somebody.
need. Then they said, they said, I want to be on the show.
She said need.
Which
There's
is cool.
a need.
You said need.
So tell us why you said need. That's interesting.
As you said, walking in purpose, right? Many people need to hear this story, not just my story. Now I'm on tour with up to 15 other women.
Okay.
That have different but similar stories.
Yeah.
Sure.
I have had on 2019's tour domestic violence survivors, suicide survivors. I myself is a suicide attempt survivor.
Wow.
Single mothers. I'm a single mom. I'm a teenage mom. I was a mother of 2 by the time I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
And still graduated high school with honors. I don't have the sob story, but I have a story.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel like, oh, she had a baby at 14, so she was on welfare. She did this and she did that.
That's what you're supposed to be.
Unfortunately, and fortunately, that's not my story.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a baby at 14.
Wow.
Yes, I had a baby at 15. But I wasn't on welfare. My mother made sure we were okay. I come from a very well-off background.
Okay.
So I didn't have to suffer. I still don't suffer. Thank God.
Yeah.
As an adult, I don't make the kind of money my mother and my father has made, but I'm okay.
You're good.
Yet.
So I needed
Yeah.
very much so. I need to tell that story. So many people tell stories of, oh, I got pregnant at 14, I was homeless, and I was this, and I was that. And there's nothing wrong with that story. There's a blessing in that story as well.
I agree.
But that's not my story.
It's
And
funny
I
that
know
you mentioned
somebody
that.
else they have a story
Sure,
similar.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
They need that help.
Yeah.
So that was my mission. So to be on somebody's show that believes and knows that there's a mission, there's a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
I got to be on that.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I applaud the way you approach this, because as we were talking before we started doing the show, how African Americans tend to down one another because of, I call it skin shaming. I don't know if such a word even exists, but that's
does.
what
But
I call
exactly
it.
what it is.
It's skin shaming.
We gonna name it what it is today.
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, I would hear, "Oh, she's so dark," and it was usually towards the women, the little girls.
Or you're so pretty to be so dark. I've heard that
Oh,
one.
you're so pretty. You're so pretty to be so dark.
Yeah.
Or they see the lighter skinned child, the fairer skinned child. Oh, she's so pretty. She looks
Period.
just like she looks
Not
just
pretty.
like.
Not because
pretty,
she's
she's
light,
light-skinned.
but
Yeah.
she's pretty,
Yeah.
and she's pretty to be
Now,
dark.
and the thing
Yes.
is,
Yes.
one may look just because I grew up with 2 little girls like that.
Oh, wow.
Marlene and Darlene.
Wait, I'm
They
sorry.
were twins.
I'm sorry. What was the name?
Marlene and Darlene.
We know we can name our kids, boy.
I know. But
Mama said I need them similar.
one was fair skinned, and one was darker skinned, but they were
They
twins.
look the same.
And they look alike, but one was
Wow.
fair skinned, one was dark. Now, Darlene was darker skinned, really like that straight wavy hair.
Oh, she was gorgeous.
She was beautiful.
Yeah.
She was gorgeous. And then the other little girl, her hair was like, can't you call me, don't you try?
Oh, wow. The lighter one.
But she was pretty.
Okay.
But she was different.
Yeah.
And and people would people want to
Oh, they were
treat
mean to her. I know they were.
I mean, I've known
they were.
adults like that. The lighter skinned daughter is treated one way, and the darker skinned one is treated
A whole
differently.
nother way, yeah.
Go sell your sister's cookies. Well, she didn't help me sell mine. That's different. Go do what I told you. Don't argue with me. I'm your
Yeah.
mama. That's not right, because what you're doing is instilling a sense of inferiority
That you're not
in
enough.
that child.
That you're not enough.
That you're not
The
enough.
very first time I met my dad, I was 9 years old. Now, again, they say I saw him. They know, I don't remember none
Your
of those
memory
things.
is 9.
My memory is 9 years old. My father opened the door and was like, "Hey, black gal."
Oh,
I almost hit the floor. I was so upset. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
My mother's fair skin. My
Okay.
brother, there were 2 of us. Well, there are 2 of us. My brother is 9 years older than me. He's fair skinned.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
My dad's dark.
Yeah.
With not knowing him, though, I'm dealing with two fair-skinned
Yes.
people wondering,
Yeah.
why do I have to be so dark?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who?
But I want to ask, because it's always interests me. At what point did you think I'm different, like in a negative way? What caused you to think of your complexion negatively?
Because my mother was well off, so I didn't grow up with my skin tone at all.
Okay.
I was one of the only black kids in my class, you know, and I'm dark. Like, I have a picture. I gotta find it too. I have a picture of me and my dog. My first dog, his name is Max, right? And he's like black. And in this picture, all you see is Max's orange collar and my teeth. We're outside, right? It's dark.
Chocolate girl.
It was dark outside. We're standing on the porch.
Yeah.
And all you can see is his collar and my teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who took this picture and why?
Wow.
But I've always been different. You know,
Yeah.
I used to get bullied because I was different. Even in the book, I talk about when I was living in a suburban complex unit. The bus would drop us off and I would dread getting off the bus because every Friday I would get beat up by a group of other girls.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm
Other
saying?
culture,
Okay.
other races.
culture,
Okay.
other races.
Oh, wow.
And they just hated me because I was so dark.
Yeah.
And because my mother was in school and because she was working full time, in school full time, trying to make a living for us, I didn't tell my mother.
Okay.
So I was bullied.
Yeah, you don't want to bother her because she's busy.
Yeah.
She's,
I was bullied silently.
Yeah.
All because I was dark. And I have been called every name in the book, and it hurts.
Yeah.
And it's not
So-
different today. So I don't want people to hear like, oh, that was her story back in the day. It happens
It
today.
still happens.
Yeah.
The only difference in now and then is now I stand in this beautiful brown
Yes.
skin,
Show the
and I
people,
just be
girl.
like, "Baby, this don't
You ain't ready
this
for
don't
this.
get no better. I don't have to put on foundation. I don't have to do
right,
all of
right,
those things.
right,
Yeah.
Yes, I wear makeup when I have to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pictures and
Yeah.
stage performances.
But it's not a mask now.
But no, it's not my mask.
So help me understand. Okay,
Well, you kind of went through that too, Wendy.
Yo,
But
yeah.
although her story turned out different,
well, for me,
Wendy beat up the whole neighborhood.
I had anger management issues. So what you wasn't gonna do is
Yeah.
bully me.
Wow.
So the second you came in my face, you might have been about to say an aggressive hello, but I took it the wrong way, and we had a fight.
and she wore him out.
I had to. I don't know where that came from, but for me, my mom and my sister are fair.
Okay.
And my dad is maybe a shade or two darker than me. So I would tell my teachers that my mom and my sister were white and I was black. And so parent teacher conference was interesting. They're like, oh, wait, wait. She said, stop telling people I'm white. I'm like, well, you are. You know,
Wow.
but I never felt different because my mom and my sister, trust me, they look like twins. You put two pictures at the same age, they're the same person. So I always
Okay.
felt different just because I felt I looked different.
Okay.
And then I am the paper bag. So I'm like, so where master gonna put me?
Yeah.
Am
And
I
for-
in the
and
house
for-
or outside the
And
house?
explain what the paper bag test is.
So the paper bag test, culturally for us, is that the slaves who were
Yeah.
indoors, who enjoyed the air conditioning and being in the house, were lighter skin, fair complexion
Yeah.
slaves, and the darker ones were outside in the fields
In the
picking
field,
cotton.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I always looked like okay, wait, my mom and my sister are definitely light skinned.
Yeah.
My dad is definitely dark skinned. Where do I fit?
Yeah, and they were in the South. There were classes of people that,
Yeah.
and they would tell you like if I brought home, let's say if I'm paper bag or lighter, and I want to bring home someone I fell in love with that's darker skinned, that's unacceptable.
Yes.
That's
All the
unacceptable.
way.
And you stepped up if you bring home someone fair skinned.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And it was a psychological thing that was placed
And
around
still
the
is.
necks of African Americans at that time to basically keep us divided.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
And we're doing it to ourselves
And it's still
even
today.
more.
Yeah, it's a
Even
scheme.
more today.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's sad.
But you know what? Again, that it gives so much power to your tour. Listen, talk about your tour before we go any further. We want to promote that.
Where's the tour? What
Yeah,
kind
talk
of
about the
tour?
next city.
So 2019 is almost finished.
Okay.
We have one stop left, and it is a cruise. We're going on a 5-day cruise to I want to say Bahamas, Princess K,
Go
and
get my
something else.
ticket.
And When we come back, we will have the title of international speakers.
Come on, girl.
You know,
Come
international
on.
speakers, right?
Yeah.
Because once you cross that water,
Yeah.
you are international.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted. I wanted to be an international speaker.
Why? Why was that important for you?
Because I need everybody to hear it. Not just Illinois, not just Chicago, not just Memphis, there is somebody somewhere, everywhere going through something.
Yes. You know what? People are people.
Yeah.
Whether they're here,
Wherever they
no
are.
matter what,
the
Same
West
struggles.
Indies, Barbados, wherever they're
Yes.
people, and regardless of their nationality or their race, people, especially women, even in today's modern times, supposedly modern times, things should be more balanced.
Yeah.
Between men and women as far as educational, employment opportunities, training, and so forth. But it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
And it's an evil, in my estimation, it's an evil, wicked scheme that the enemy uses to not only keep races divided, but to keep humanity divided.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because I have learned that when you are able to work with a woman and accept her brilliance, accept her ability to lead or her contribution to your effort, to your team, you win. God set it up that way, that nobody is an island, nobody is a star. And when you look at that, when you see that masculine dominated society, it's lacking, it's weak, it's insecure,
imbalanced.
and it's not what God intended, and it's not the best it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Very
see
true.
that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Very
And then the
true.
way the media depicts women, every housewife show, they fighting, they throwing tables.
This is why.
They talking about each other behind each.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop.
This is why my tour is so important.
It is. I agree.
Reality of it is we
The
don't
real
live
reality.
like that.
The real
we do
reality.
not. We do
Yeah.
not.
Whether
You're
it's
absolutely right.
financial,
Yeah.
husband, wife, sister, girlfriend type thing. We don't live like that. And when I decided to open my tour, I really didn't decide. God was like, hey, open that up. And I was like, okay, because me and God have a conversation for real. Like, I don't talk to him like, oh, my Lord, and I'm going to. No, we have real
regular.
conversations.
Yeah.
You don't talk in the King James language.
No, real conversations.
For out thou, Lord.
We have arguments because sometimes he tells me things and I'll be like, what?
He wins
Ain't
them
nobody trying to
arguments.
do all of that. And he'd be like, oh, okay.
That's
you
what
can
you
do
think.
it your way.
Yeah.
We'll come back to the table. We'll curb
We
this.
will come back to the
And
table.
we'll come back to the table and see what happens. And then every time I come back like, okay, God,
Yeah.
I heard you,
Yeah.
but can we just kind of do it this way? Can
Yeah.
we tweak it a little bit? So I have real conversations with him. And he was like, open the tour to different women. And I was just like, but this is my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just birthed this baby,
Yeah.
and it
You're
truly
protective.
feels like a
Yeah.
newborn baby. You know how you feel about giving that newborn. Did you wash your hands?
Did you wash your hands?
Hey,
You got
Have you
sniffles.
Have you got a cold?
Like,
Yes.
did you? Here's a receiving blanket. I need you to lay that over your
Yes.
whole body. You know.
I know you like
Do
that.
not put my baby on your
Yeah.
shirt. So this is my baby.
Right.
So to open it up to women.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
And,
yes.
and I'm just gonna be transparent here and
Please
say,
do.
women.
Yeah.
We can be catty. We can be
Yeah.
against each other for no reason
It's
at all.
not needed at all.
Just I guess nature. So to open it up to women, I was scared. I was absolutely terrified. What if somebody takes my idea and they go off and do their own thing? And God said, that's not your worry. That's not your battle.
Come on,
Yeah,
Lord.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's not your battle. They
Yeah.
can do everything that you're doing. And I gave you an
Yes.
assignment.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And
you
then
need to do
that's
it.
all you got.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Mikkita, your project, the thing that vision that God gave you, it has your DNA.
Yeah.
It has your spiritual genetic code
Yeah.
stamped on it. And no matter how somebody tries to imitate
Yeah.
you and what you're doing, you cannot do it. You can't be another speaker. You can't be, no matter how big they may. I was going to name a name, but I decided not to. No matter how large that person is, they can't be you, and you can't be them.
And they can't tell her story.
That's why the world needs your voice. That's why the world needs your voice, Wendy, as well, because your story is different from Mikkita's story, and your voice, your timbre, your tone, your DNA is different.
Yeah.
And when you open your mouth and speak, that's not just the English language coming out. There is a spiritual force behind your words that reaches the hearts of whoever hears it.
Definitely.
You know, and so you were on track. And I'm gonna tell you something else. God loves it when you have the faith to challenge him. You're not just going through rote religious prayers, but you're having a conversation
I'm not
like you would with your natural father.
I need to have, because he's been my father all this
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
And the Bible tells us.
He's been my daddy all this time. When I didn't know who my daddy was,
You had
he
him.
was my daddy.
Exactly.
If I needed anything, daddy, I
Done.
need.
Yes.
Daddy,
Yes.
help me.
Yes.
Daddy, can you? And he has.
Yes.
Period.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been,
I do.
you know, I feel like I want a new car right now, right? I do. And I ask God all the time, like, God, can I get my car? And he's like, if you just hold on. You won't have to go get some car. You can get the car that you want.
on.
But you gotta hold
And
on.
you gotta have that faith and be patient.
Let me share a story with you. I'm gonna share a story with you. Several years back, I desired to have a Lexus truck. I wanted a big Lexus truck. And at that time, I was driving a Ford Explorer, which Eddie Bauer, very nice truck.
Hush your face, because that's what I drive today, a Ford Explorer.
I had a
Hush
Ford
your
Explorer.
face.
All right. Now wait. Now a friend of mine from high school was a car broker, and he said, yeah, he calls me Jimmy. I don't know why he calls me Jimmy.
Well, not
He
to
said-
Jimmy, darling.
He said, Jimmy. He said, man, look, I could take you up here. We could trade this in. I can get you, because I was selling for an expedition. You know, I wanted another truck.
See, that settle word.
I know.
Don't do it.
So I'm driving down the street. I promised my son to get him a car. The Lord told me, if you wait and keep your word to your son, I'm going to bless you with a Lexus. In 1 year's time, I gave the Ford Explorer to my son. And I had a champagne Lexus with tan champagne leather with everything in it. And the thing was, I went to a dealership out this way, and they wouldn't even come out and talk to me. I'm standing, I worked for a mortgage company at that time. I had a suit on, and I'm out there looking at the very same truck. They wouldn't even come out and talk to me. That's when I talked. Then they said, well, look, let's go up here. He took me up to this place by Wisconsin. The truck came through. I said, oh, Dennis, look, man, look.
That's it.
I got the truck for like about $7,000 less
Wow.
than I would have paid that dealer.
That's God.
And because I waited
Yeah.
and did what he said.
Yeah.
He's
I hear
faithful.
it all the time.
He is faithful.
He just keeps saying, Mikkita, just wait.
Yeah,
just
he's
wait. There's
faithful.
nothing wrong with the truck that you drive.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. And people, you know, when you're dealing with a lot of this, like I tell people, I was going through a lot with my old job, right? From June of 2018 to Atlanta 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, I've put $32,000 into my tour.
Wow.
I didn't even make $32,000. I ain't suffering.
Bills paid.
Bills are paid.
The lights is on.
You know what I'm saying?
That's God.
So if I can give my tour $32,000 on faith, God is going to reward me for that.
Yeah.
And how many lives?
Yes.
What kind of
wow.
a price tag can you put
You
on the
can't.
lives that you
can't-
touch?
You
It's
cannot.
priceless. It's
Yeah.
priceless. Because
It's-
even if God gives me not another dime, if he never does anything else, as the song says,
Yes.
he has done
Ooh.
enough
Yes.
Amen.
for
yes.
me.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. That's powerful.
That
That is
is.
so powerful.
Girl, it's done.
I've been here. You know what I'm saying? I've been
yeah,
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to a point where I was like, I'm done here.
Yeah.
I'm done here.
Yeah.
And for him to pull me out of that the way that he did, there's nothing else I can, you know,
Blessed.
I can't. These shoulders don't belong to me. These feet
Yeah.
don't belong to me. This voice don't belong. You know, it don't belong
It's
to me. So
God.
I have to do what he's called me to do. When you walk in purpose, the troubles will come.
And they can't see her T-shirt says "I walk by faith."
Yeah.
I need to get that shirt.
You know,
So
everything.
we gotta talk about
her,
that
you know what?
too.
They
No.
can't see the T-shirt, but
can
everything
hear
about
it,
her.
yeah.
Everything
Let me
about
tell
her
you,
says
my
it.
T-shirt actually says, I walk by faith. And the back of my shirt says, through the art of transparency.
Oh, see, I didn't see the back. Okay.
Well,
I live my life.
Oh, that's awesome.
In that.
We got commercial.
Well, we got a commercial break coming up. We're going to be right back with the awesome Mikkita Moore, and we're going to talk more with her about her journey, her platform, and the powerful word God has given her. We'll be right back after this.
What does your legacy mean to you? It's not just for the rich and the wealthy. It's for each and every one of us. Think about it. How have we become the person we are today? It's through the legacy of the generations that have come before us. I am excited to personally invite you to the Your Legacy Tour Saturday, September 28th at 3 p.m. It's going to be exciting. We will be sharing our thoughts about relationships. Love Mama Anthology co-writers Monica Reed and Wendy Cunningham Barnes. We will be there with books available for purchase. There will be other entrepreneurs there as well on site. Bring a friend, bring your business cards. You never know who you're going to meet. Registration is free and the information about the event is following this message. Come join us. Come on, bring some friends. Let's talk.
You're listening to JW Fusion with your hosts, James and Wendy B.
And we're back with the awesome,
gorgeous
Mikkita Moore and the Right So Much Wendy B.
Come on in, all right then.
Absolutely, these two powerful women. I mean, these authors and public speakers, and I'm so honored.
Oh,
I really am. I am.
But you know what I love? What God has done with me. I can embrace you and the things that your beauty, your talent, your platform, and it doesn't affect me.
It doesn't.
Like, she got a tour. That's a blessing.
It doesn't.
And I applaud you, my sister. I pray for you. I want God's best for you because you're doing what He wants you to do. So I want you to know, I know women. But I applaud every single thing that you do.
Thank you.
So what was that you wanted Mikkita to talk about?
I wanted to go back a little bit because of your childhood and the experiences you had as a child. How does that shape the mother that you are today? How many kids we got?
I've got 5.
God bless her. Lord bless her.
I am a mother of 5.
She's walking in grace.
She's walking in a lot of grace.
And they range from 27 years old, right, to 8 years old.
She ain't got no 27-year-old. Why she gonna say that? She meant 17.
You know? And what's crazy is my older 2 children, so the older 2 are 27 and my daughter just made 26 August 30th, so a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. And the older 2 children, I held on so tight like this. Yeah. You know, I held on so tight. Like, no, you can't see them. No, you can't hold them. No, you can't, you know, and they was just like, Mike, can I go with my friend? No. You know, I held on so tight to them because, so for me, love means abandonment.
Oh.
Okay.
Love means abandonment.
I get that.
Because every man that has ever said, I love you, has abandoned me.
Wow.
So I had my children not by accident. I was 11 years old when I decided to get pregnant.
Wow.
I was 13 when I actually got pregnant.
Now, why was that?
I wanted somebody to love me, for me, that nobody could take away.
Oh, wow.
You can't take my baby away from me.
Okay.
So I had me a baby, and I had a boy, right?
Yeah.
So that's my oldest son. And then my mom, you know, I'm 14, so she helped me a lot.
Sure.
The baby needed a bath. The baby needed. So my mom helped me. So I went and got me a new one. You can have that baby.
Oh, wow.
I'll go get me a new baby.
So you felt threatened by your mom's help.
So it wasn't, I guess you can call it that, but it was more so, that's my baby.
She was disrupting your plan.
Taking my baby
She disrupted
away from
your
me.
plan.
Wow.
Yeah.
So give me my baby back. And she was just trying to help.
Yeah.
She knew I needed to go to school, so she would keep the baby at night or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just
and that's a good mama, because some moms be like, you did this.
She was so embarrassed at first.
Okay.
I was 13 years old. She's well off. She was embarrassed at first.
Yeah.
But then she woke up one morning and was like, Don't none of them pay my bills.
Exactly.
They better close their mouths.
Yeah, I wish they would.
I wish they
something.
would.
Yes.
The wish factor came in. And then I had a new baby. So my mother was like, "Oh, you just gonna be making babies? Don't worry about it. Here you go. Here go your kids." So then I was stuck with
and
these
that's what
two
you
kids.
wanted.
And I was like,
you got what you wanted.
Jesus. So, but again, I coddled them.
Yeah.
Right now, you know, my daughter is pregnant with her second baby, and she's like, "Mommy, can you buy this?" And "Mommy, can you?" And I'm just like, "Girl."
Yeah.
And I have custody of my oldest grandson,
Oh, wow.
which is my son's oldest son.
Okay.
So, and he's
how old is
just
your grandson?
He's 10, and my baby is 8. So yeah,
Wow.
that's a whole nother issue. However, they grow up together in the same household. They know it's niece and nephew, auntie and
Good.
You know, I mean,
Good.
auntie and nephew, and they're amazing together. But what changed is with those two, I was very, very, oh my God. With this last baby, I'm just like, wait, who keeping her this weekend? Where's she going?
Go
like,
so well.
hello, anybody?
Yeah.
Somebody come get her.
Somebody come get her. You know, but I'm very territorial over her as well.
Sure.
Like you can't touch her. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And then I have a son that is 20 years old. He is my middle son. I've got one girl, one boy older than him, one girl, one boy
He
younger
right
than
in the
him.
middle.
He's smack in the middle, and he's doing 10 years in prison right
Oh
now.
wow.
He's 20.
Wow.
Okay.
He took the road of I'm gonna be a street boy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It doesn't
You know,
work like that.
so when I tell you I have all
I
ranges,
was about to say.
so my
And the
oldest
fact that you
son,
can say that. Oh yeah, this
you
is
want to
what-
know why?
Yes, please.
It took me a long time to get here.
Yeah.
I blamed me. Mm-hmm. Like, okay,
People blamed you. What's she doing?
Well, what she?
yes. It's
Why
but
he-
wait, it's always the mother.
I could have
Again.
sworn there was two people.
It is
Again,
always
goes,
the mother.
It goes back to that
Oh.
that stereotype. If the house is dirty, the woman did it.
Ooh.
She could have just cleaned up. Huh?
Ooh.
The kids did it. How about
kids.
that?
No, if the kids, you just bathed them. They went out in the back, got filthy. Right
his
before
mama
it's,
let him go
right
out
before
like
it's time
that.
to go to
Ooh.
school. It's the mom. That's
Why she let him go out like?
but again, that's the stereotype.
I didn't send her to
He
school.
has a
with
father,
her
It's the
okay?
hair like
stereotypes.
this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's and
Yeah.
I think in the way I see life as each person has a role that they play, and I don't think anything is wrong with a woman who does what a man traditionally does, or a man who does what a woman traditionally does. And that's happening more with other cultures where the husband stays home and raises the children.
I find that a
he's
lot,
a
too.
caregiver. He's gets the kids off to school, and his wife is out.
But the thing
earning the
about
money.
that is that you see a guy wherever with his children. Oh, that's a good man. Oh my God. Wait a minute.
Oh,
We do that all day, every day.
I'm so guilty
I'm gonna have
of
to.
that.
I'll talk
Wanna
to you.
know
I'll
why?
talk to you when we finish.
We were in Atlanta, right? A couple, not even a couple weeks ago, maybe last weekend, I don't remember. And down there, you would see the husband or the boyfriend, the mom, and the baby. And I told my friend, I was like, they stay together down here. Maybe we need to move. Maybe we need to move. We saw men in the airport carrying the baby,
Yeah.
and she got the diaper bag, and he trying to carry this baby in this big
Yeah.
bag, and she just got the diaper bag, like la la. And I'm
Yeah.
like, they stay together down here.
And see,
I'm
Yeah.
moving.
But see, the thing is, you know what that is? That's a couple that has divorced themselves from the stereotypes,
Yeah.
and they've embraced their own model.
Especially the man, though,
Yeah,
because
I mean,
it's not macho. It's not cool.
No, I mean,
it's not what
because-
men normally do.
see, for me, I'm different because
You can't compare men to you.
I know. I was about to say, the way I grew up, I was raised at 12. I was running the household. I grocery shopped. I did laundry. I cooked. I cook a full Sunday dinner. Black people Sunday dinner.
And that's my brother. My brother does that.
I was
Yeah.
like that.
He
And-
don't. He's like, whatever you need.
Now, is he married?
I got it.
Because
He
some
is
ears just
now
perked up. Like, where he
separated
at?
now,
Okay.
but
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
But see-
okay,
Help me,
we'll,
Jesus.
we'll talk later. Next subject.
I get it, and I want a husband that, and I tell people this all the time, which is so weird, but I tell people my husband is going to have to be able to hear me without speaking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Every month, I am so frazzled.
Yeah.
When it's time for the tour, and men that I date, they no longer are dating me after they say this line. I'll call them like, "Oh my God, I'm stressed out. I just need to hear your voice." And they're like, "Well, you do this every month. What's the problem?" I immediately hang up the phone because you don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
You know,
But the important thing for me, when I started listening to the Lord, that I was going to get married again, because I was like, I'm not. He was like, but you were. I'm like, no. But I just, you don't settle anymore
At all.
Yeah.
And it took one person. I said, I'm not having sex. We're going to get to know each other. And James said, okay. I was like, did you hear me?
Right. Did you?
Are you listening to the words that came out of my mouth?
Well, see, the thing is, the thing was, I mean, initially, I personally, I believe that a relationship, you start out as friends.
You have to.
If you can't be friends, why are you trying to do anything else?
Because, well, the guys I was talking to, like, baby, I get to know you. I mean, we good. You know,
But we're
rubbing on my
not.
thigh like you're not listening.
But we're not.
But we're
because
not.
That clouds, number one.
The second you have sex early, that's it for your
it's
relationship.
over.
Well, what happens? Let me explain what happens. And for ladies that are listening,
Tell the ladies, babe, from a man's perspective.
when a man meets a woman, his oxytocin is at its highest point,
Okay.
and that drive, that hunter-gatherer instinct is strongest. As long as that drive is optimum, he's interested. That is the time you take time to allow him to get to know who you are inwardly. Allow him to get to know you spiritually. Allow him to get to know you emotionally, and you know your ways and you know his.
Yeah.
And you know his strengths, and you see, are you compatible? Because you ain't compatible with everybody.
Right.
Just because your parts fit together and they feel good does not mean you
that's
have what
good.
you need for a relationship.
That's so good.
I need somebody that's going to cover me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need you to cover me.
Yeah.
Because I'm out here. Once I give it to you, I've given my all to the world.
Yes.
Are you covering me?
Mm-hmm.
I can have sex with anybody.
That's true. That's
but
very
are you
true.
covering me?
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
that's important for me at this age.
That should
I've
be
never
important
been
for us,
married.
period.
I'm 42. Well, I'll be 42 in 17 days. And I've never been married. And I'm okay with
But that's,
that. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. I've had countless dating, but if you can't be my peace, PEACE,
Yes. Oh.
you can't be my peace.
Oh, say it.
Right.
I'm sorry. Just
Right.
one more time. Say it.
You know what?
You gotta be my peace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because what you're
You
saying,
each have to be each other's
Because
peace.
I'm going to be your peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fight
Yeah.
the world every time
Yeah.
you walk out
Every
of this door.
time you walk
And
out
when
that
you walk
door.
in this door,
I got you.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall, you can fall. I got you.
Yeah.
I need you to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I told
that
James the
whole
same
backbone thing. I get it.
Yeah.
But I need to be your peace. And I
Yeah.
need you to be my peace.
I agree.
That backbone is
I agree.
important in keeping each other lifted.
Oh my God. And
You have to have that.
When you don't have that relationship
Yeah.
is doomed.
that foundation. I feel like
It's
your back
doomed.
is your foundation.
Even
Yeah,
if you,
it is.
I'm gonna tell you, even if you
Yeah.
had it, you could have had it, and it was ideal. But if somebody doesn't keep up their end,
It's done.
I mean, what happens if half the foundation under your house is gone?
It's still
It's
gone.
gone.
Okay,
It's still gone.
That house
Now
gonna,
you got a house that
that
lives
house
in.
gonna fall over.
Yeah.
You know,
can't
so-
hold together a relationship by yourself. I tried
Exactly.
that.
It's vital
Yeah.
that both people are committed to being. If we start out, this is the path we're on. You can't deviate from that path because this is our path. Now, you had this, I had that. Fine. But we come together. We got to be on the same path. We
Yeah.
have to.
Equally yoked.
Equally
It's
yoked.
So
It's the
important.
reason it's said
That means
way.
you both pulling the same load.
Yeah.
so
it's not
important.
50-50. It's 100-100.
It
If
is.
I bring 50% of me and you bring 50% of you, we are
still
still
lacking.
50%.
You know
Yeah.
why? Because that other 50% is still going that way.
Yeah.
We're still 50%.
Doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And
And it
people
don't
want
work.
to add that. You don't
Right.
add
No.
that.
No.
You don't
No.
add that. It is
No.
what it is. 100 means 100. So if I bring you 100, you bring 100. Now we have 100.
Yeah. Yes.
You don't add them.
That's
no,
the
it's
math.
not 200.
Let me tell
You don't add
what's
that.
interesting. Let me tell you what's awesome. When you do God mathematics,
Oh.
God mathematics, like if you give and you get 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold back. And fold is not times. It's like if you you take $10 and you fold it and it's 20. You fold it again. You fold that 20. Now it's 40. You take that 40 and fold
Come
it.
on.
Now it's 80.
Yes.
Take that 80. Now it's 160.
I think about it all the time in the aspect of I've put in $32,000 in a
But
year.
what you're going to get out.
Sit up and
There's
fold
no
I've not
number.
even made 32. I hadn't even made 32,000.
Yeah.
So where did that come from? And my bills are still paid.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My car's sitting outside, real nice. I ain't worried about the repo man coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So-
I've been there. Okay, you know what? I done went outside to go to work like, oh, not today. No car.
Trust me when I tell
Praying
you.
that somebody has stolen it. You know ain't nobody stole that
Can you
car.
please steal it versus come to get it? I just
Oh my
feel
gosh.
like the world needs what I have. God has put me in a position to give it.
I love that.
And if I don't give it, I ain't got to worry about you.
You don't.
You, I don't have to worry about. But what I do have to worry about is something that I never want to see. And I know he'll never give up on me, but why can't I just do what he asked me to do? He's done
Yeah.
everything that I've
Yeah.
asked him to do.
Exactly.
Why can't I give him just this?
That's all of us can say that though. It's just like our kids.
Yeah.
I done birthed you. I got the stretch marks.
Well, you know what?
So
I got
can't
the
just clean the
rolls.
kitchen?
But you can't just empty the dishwasher. I didn't have a dishwasher growing up. Can you just empty
You're not
it?
using no dishwasher at my house.
But see,
Kids.
But you got,
I should have done that, but we didn't
But
finish
see-
talking about the mother part. Her as a mother. Did we finish that? Unpack all that? Because we got to the third child and went to the left.
All I can say is, so to kind of just go into that real quick is, the mother that I was very, I was needy.
It was for you.
It was for me.
Yeah.
This last little baby, this is just her.
so you can say you grew out of that.
She also is the baby that saved my life.
Wow. How so? Oh, wow.
So she's a twin.
Okay.
But her twin in gestation passed away.
Okay.
She was the baby behind the baby. Didn't even nobody knew I was even pregnant with twins.
Oh,
right?
wow.
She's the baby that hid behind the other baby. And when she was born, I just kept asking God, like, I'm riding motorcycles. I don't have time for no baby. Where's this baby coming from? This is a tumor. You know? And my doctor was
She
like,
done
a
made
tumor.
it a tumor, Lord.
You want cancer? I said I didn't say cancer. I said
I
a
just
tumor. A
said
tumor you can take
benign-
out, but
benign
you know,
tumor.
tumor you can take out. But I'm gonna be stuck with this baby for 18 years. Like I don't want no baby. Like what's
Yeah.
this baby? So I have a baby, and I'm just like, why do I have this baby? And she was the best baby ever. You know, she was so the best baby ever. So moving forward, I want to end my life. My kids are going haywire. My son is in and out of the Audi home. He's
I
going
was
crazy.
about to say, yeah.
And I just want to end it. My youngest son, which is now 15, he lives with his dad. He was downstairs with her, and I was upstairs in my room. I had wrote a letter to my oldest kids, like take your sister, you know, don't give her to the state. This, that, and the third. And my goal was to ultimately end my life, right?
Wow.
And my daughter came upstairs just as I swallowed 3 of the pills.
Wow.
Now I got pills in this hand, vodka in this hand, and something
you
in my
gonna do
lap,
it
right?
vodka too?
Right. And so my thing was, I'll take the pills, I'll kind of get dozy, and I'll one shot, right?
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Good job, Mikkita. I don't know what you was thinking because drowsiness means you're probably not going to pull the drug, whatever.
Yeah.
So as I take the pills, my daughter comes upstairs. She couldn't have been no more than 2, right? And she's like, Mommy, I'm hungry. And I'm like, girl, go downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that mother thing, like, didn't I tell you to go?
Yeah.
And she's like, not moving. So I'm calling my other son, like, come get your sister, come get your sister. He doesn't come. So I go downstairs to see why he's not answering me. He's asleep. And I'm like, okay. First of all, as mothers, you know your kids do not sleep. When you call them, they can be sleep dead to the world. It does not matter. They're going to answer.
Yeah.
This boy would not answer me. And I'm shaking him. And he's still like, you know, like,
Wow.
and I'm like, forget it. I'll just make her a hot dog. 60 seconds in the microwave. Took it out the microwave, put ketchup on it, cut it up like us mothers do, put the plate on the table. Now I'm calling my daughter. She never came down when I came down. She's upstairs. I'm like, come here, come here,
no.
come here, come here, come here.
Oh, no.
I go upstairs. She's in her bed sleep. Let me tell you how God works. She is in her bed sleep. The pills and the vodka is over in the garbage.
Wow.
All I could do was say, God, I thank you.
That was God.
You have got to tell me from this point, where do I go?
Wow. Now,
Wow.
what was the... I can't even talk. What was causing you to be in that darkest space where you wanted to end your life?
My mother was diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
Again, I'm a person that never had a bill. Got a car every 2 years. Financially, I've always been spoiled. Never had to do anything. So my mother's diagnosed with cancer. She wants to... And now that I'm an adult, a real adult, paying my own bills adult, I understand what she was doing. She had moved out of the home, right? And she wanted to know that I could do it on my own. So she moved out. So I was all like, my mother left me type thing. Abandonment.
Yeah.
My older 2 children was like, Mama, you crazy. I got to go. I'm an adult now. I'm not living by your rules. I'm not coming in at 9 o'clock. I got to go.
Wow.
So they had left the home. My son, which was 14 at the time, was in and out of jail. Getting arrested every other week. My youngest son was like, I just want to go live with my father because this house is crazy. And my baby girl was just like stuck in the middle of all of it.
Wow.
So she was just like, oh, so
What
what am I supposed to do? So I was just like, you know what? If I'm not here, I don't have to deal with any of this.
Okay.
Okay.
My daughter will go live with my other daughter. You know, my mother will be fine without me because at this point you've abandoned me anyway, so you must not love me.
Wow.
You could not love me because you left me.
Yeah.
Looking back though, she loved me enough
Yeah.
to leave me.
Yeah.
So when I tell you guys that the story that God wrote for me wasn't for me, but it was for me,
Yeah.
it's so real.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It's
Thank
so
you.
real.
Thank you so much for
So
sharing
real.
that story because so many people are hurting. It's funny.
And it's vital that you be able to share it from that place of pain.
Yeah.
Because when you come from a place of pain, it's coming out of here. It's not from up here. And you can't reach a heart. Can only reach a heart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, babe.
And it was important that I have you tell people that because a friend of mine, my friend from high school, we were talking the other day about depression. She was like, Wendy, I didn't know that you were going through stuff. I said, I know. I didn't want you to know.
That mask becomes real.
I
honey.
said, I'm cold with it. You know,
I will be the coldest person at the party, baby. I'm going to be
suffering.
I am the life of the party.
Yes.
But the minute I walk out that door and get in my car,
I'm just down, back, just plunged.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to people because in talking about mental health, and I mean, you attempted. I mean, that was a real attempt that was disrupted by God.
Thank you.
I want to just give people that encouragement that talk about it. My friend, let's see, we've been friends, Lord, since 84. What's that math, baby?
From 84 to now?
Yeah.
35 years.
35 years.
Oh,
she never knew I had depression issues. And I said, it's a blessing and a curse that I can hide.
It is.
Like, because I don't want Mikkita to be down, talking about Wendy's depressed. Maybe I'm worried about her. I don't want that on you. So I'm going to hide it. Yeah. But that's not helping me.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're talking about this to the point where you were going to end your life.
Yeah.
I wanted the Lord to take me. I was too scared. Girl, I grew up Catholic. I couldn't. I was scared the Lord was going to get me.
Well, the way I saw it, wasn't nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Because I
but obviously there was.
I was drinking and smoking and having fun, like man to man.
Yes. And same story.
So there was nothing else for me to do. But I was doing it in
secret. Like
I was openly.
Nobody knew that I was drinking every night to go to sleep. Nobody knew the promiscuity. I kept it.
But you know what?
Was a mess.
Let me tell you what's interesting. Imagine how much sooner your life could have turned the corner and been transformed had you heard either one of your messages.
Yeah, that's why I wanted her to speak it, and she said she was comfortable with it.
This is why
it's
right now.
Yeah,
we have no choice but to keep going.
We're obligated to keep going.
The assignment on my life at this point has nothing to do with Mikkita.
Yeah.
what I've been through has nothing to do with Mikkita.
It's your testimony, though.
It's my testimony,
Yeah.
but it's now time to save others, because our generation, especially,
we're hurting.
have been told what happens in this house stays in
Stays
this
in the house.
Oh, have
Yes.
we talked
What
about that with
happens
Sharon?
in this
Didn't we talk
house
about
stays
that?
in this
Yeah.
house. That goes from molestation.
It ain't nobody's business.
That goes for
Yep.
Yeah.
my daddy, my mama, my sister, my brother, my cousin. We're not talking about it. And we're internalizing. Oh, you're not going to see no therapist. What you going to see a therapist for? Now you telling all my business.
Oh, if you say you went, what you tell them about me?
Yeah.
What did you say about
They
me?
didn't- Not,
It ain't
not
about you.
Not what's wrong with you.
No.
Not what you need. Can I help you? What did you
Mental
say about me?
health has not been talked about in our
It's
community.
not, because you go to church and you
guess
pray
what?
on it.
My daughter's 8 years old. I see a shift in her behavior. She got an appointment on the 9th.
I
You
did
wanna
the
talk to
same thing with
somebody.
my son.
You're 8 years
Yeah.
old. A lot of things have changed in your life. We moved to St. Louis. We've moved back home from St. Louis. Your father's now a part of your life after 8 years of never seeing him before in your life.
Yeah. That's a transition.
There's a change,
Yeah.
and mentally, I need you to be able to deal with that change.
Now,
To manage that.
Let me stop
Manage
you.
that change.
Let me say this. Do you know how vital what you just said is for thousands of women whose lives are in constant transition because of economic, social reasons, relational reasons? Their lives are in transition. They're a single parent. Their kids need to be watched. And because, it's just them going, no.
They just bad. No, they not.
You
Yeah.
need to take note.
You need to whoop their behinds.
Yeah.
No, you need to
not
take
it.
note
Yeah.
of what's, and by you,
You know your
saying
child.
that, a person who has an ear to hear will say, my daughter's acting. My son has been, maybe I need to,
Yeah.
and it may seem like it's not doing any good,
But it is.
but it is.
Just the fact that they see that you care enough to take them to get help, whether they like it or not, they will be able to say, well, man, I took Matthew to therapy. I'm divorced. I say I moved him to Opie land. And everyone in our area at the time when he would go for a play date, it was mom and dad. He's the only child in between. He's an only child, but he's not. He
Right.
has 2 special needs kids on each side of him.
Okay.
So he's in the middle of that,
Okay.
and then his sister passes.
Jesus.
So he's going through. I said, your appointment is this day. My appointment is on this day. We're
Yeah.
going to go get
I
some
believe
help.
in therapy.
I believe
Let
strongly.
me tell you.
Saved me.
What happens is mentally and emotionally, we play the same tune in our head over and over again. But if the tune is sad, we're
Yeah.
replaying that sad
Yes.
tune
Yes.
because that's all
That's
we
all we know.
can think of.
Yeah.
But if you go see somebody,
They're going to change the channel.
they'll
on you.
change the channel and your
Yeah.
music won't be as sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thought, but it will transform
You don't
how
forget the
you
music.
think about
You just
it.
hear the music and know how to deal with it
You
a
know
little
how
better.
to deal with
Yeah.
it.
And let me say this too. You hear me say this all the time. Most human beings live out of their past into their
The
present.
past, present.
They replay the same scenarios over
Because
and
we
over.
don't know how.
We don't know
That's
how
what
to shift
therapy
it.
is for.
We don't know how to shift it, and
Therapy.
and it's vital because what you do is you're recreating those same feelings, and your body, your mind, your soul doesn't know the difference between 10 years ago and today. It feels the same, and so your body responds the same.
Women that are in and out of relationships, please hear me real quick. You are blaming him because you have not healed. You have not healed because you're replaying it. So if he put his keys on the left hand side of the dresser and Joe Blow from last year put his keys on the left side of the dresser,
Yeah.
now it clicks like,
triggers.
oh my goodness, this is the same. It's not. It could be, but you gotta heal from that in order to know that it's not the same. They just happen to be 2 men that like their keys on the left side of the dresser.
You know
It
what?
ain't got nothing to
That's
do
a-
with nothing.
That's a perfect spot to end
That's
because that sums up
Mikkita
everything.
just dropped the mic on our show.
Yeah, just don't break our mic.
She
Dropping it.
just gonna drop it
Drop it on the carpet.
Right.
Don't drop it on the floor.
Thank you.
Listen,
You
until
being
next
here
week,
was a blessing.
we'll be back next week, 6 o'clock
Yeah.
p.m. Allow God's grace to flow in your life as a mighty river.
Be blessed, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Wendy from the Wendy Life, and look who I have. I have Jose Sanders and his brother.
Vincent.
Look at the suit, y'all. But we want to invite you out for the 2019 Second Annual Page Awards.
We want to tell everybody to come on out. It's a great occasion. Support the people in your community, people who are trying to do good, people who are uplifting us.
Yes, it is. So come and support us. Come just feel good and support everyone's disability. It doesn't matter what the disability is. We love you and we want to support you.
The 2019 Page Awards, hosted by Wendy Cunningham Barnes, Sunday, November 3rd at 4 p.m. Visit Road to Eternity for more information.
Thanks for listening to JW Fusion with your hosts, James and Wendy B.